Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to make elderberry syrup. I might have to do a voiceover for some of this because both of my kids are currently sleeping at the exact same time. So I'm going to start by talking to you and then I might have to voice over the rest if they wake up. But you're going to start with 6 or 7 cups of water in a saucepan. I actually made a batch of this the other day and then I realized I should just finish out all my elderberries, my dried elderberries that I buy, and can everything so it can just be on the shelf whenever we need it. I don't have to make another batch this winter. So I use these elderberries. You can get them off of Amazon. All right, you're gonna do 6 or 7 cups of water and then about 1.5 cups of berries. I'm not exactly sure how much I have. It looked like 1.5 cups. See, to anyone who gives you a hard time for eyeballing recipes, that literally was 1.5 cups, and I was like, that looks like about 1.5 cups. Just eyeball it. It's completely fine. Then I have 1.5 cinnamon sticks left, so that's what we're gonna use. You don't have to put these in if you don't want to, but I think it adds some good flavor. You can also do fresh ginger if you have that. I do not, so we're just leaving that out. And then I have these whole rose hips. These are completely optional. I don't remember why I have these, but we're going to use them up. So maybe about 1/4 cup of that, which is just a handful. They're really high in vitamin C, so since we have them, we're gonna use them. We're gonna let this boil on the stove for probably about 45 minutes once it comes up to a boil. All right, we're up to a nice simmer, still at about medium heat. Every 10 minutes or so, I'm gonna come and crush the berries and stir it around a little bit. I say 10 minutes, whenever I think of it. Could be 5, could be 25, not gonna lie. But we're gonna let this go for about 45 minutes total, and then we will strain it out. This would be quite a bit easier if you had a bigger strainer, but we don't, so I just make do with what we have. But you're going to scoop a little bit in, just kind of squishing down the berries, stir them around, and whenever you feel like they've released all their juices, just dump the remnants into a bowl, or you can give them to your chickens. Typically, I do give them to our chickens, but today I'm trying something different. You'll see that in a little bit, and I am going to store them for later to try a couple new projects. I gave my strainer and saucepan a really good rinse and went ahead and strained the liquid just one more time to make sure it was as smooth as possible. If you want to add a little bit of honey to yours, you can add that now, but mine was pretty sweet, so I didn't feel like it needed it. I was hoping to water bath can this and store it on our pantry shelves, but after some quick research, I learned that that's kind of controversial if you can actually safely preserve it that way. So instead of taking the time to do more research and deciding what I'm comfortable with, I just am going to go ahead and freeze these so we can move on with our day and get this project done. I did leave quite a bit of headspace on these jars just to make sure that they have plenty of room to expand in the freezer. Now back to our berry scraps and everything that we strained out of our juice. I'm going to freeze these in tablespoon scoops onto a cookie sheet. I'm not 100% sure what I will be doing with these yet, but I have seen people make an elderberry tea where they, put one of these scoops into a tea ball and let it steep in some hot water, and they are able to enjoy that, which sounds lovely. I've also heard of people making elderberry tincture where you infuse the elderberries with some vodka, just kind of an adult version of elderberry syrup. So if I wasn't feeling well, you can then take a little bit of the tincture and you can get all the antibiotic and immune boosting properties from that. So I'm just curious to do a little bit more research and we'll decide how I want to use these. But I love that I would be able to get a second use out of them instead of just giving them straight to our chickens. But for now, we're just going to store them in the freezer until I decide exactly how to use these. Back to the elderberry syrup. My toddler absolutely loves this. I give him 10 milliliters every morning with his breakfast, and he recently decided that he must drink it with a straw. So I hope you guys give this a shot, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.